Hey Vibers, welcome to the Vault again. This is Nick.
And Julie.
And we have a great episode for you today. Unfortunately, we didn't have a guest for you today.
We're sorry, it's my fault.
Wait.
Who the hell's that?
Who's that guy over
there? Oh my god.
Come over here.
Show yourself, sir.
State who you are.
Show yourself.
Who is this guy?
Oh, hi.
Oh, look! It's Sonny Cummins.
Getting in my vault, and
you
guys were...
Can you tell us what you're trying to retrieve?
But I just needed to get some things.
Wow.
Oh, well, you're stuck here now. We have the table. So you might as well join us, get a headset, and join us on the show.
All right.
We have a lot of great stuff coming up for you today. Today is Mojito Day.
Cheers.
So we're going to do that.
And Sonny declined.
Sonny declined.
Oh, wait, hold up, Sonny. I got something.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy. Oh, look what came out of 153.
153.
I don't remember that in there.
This is your property.
Join us for some more zany fun with Mojitos and Sonny. Yeah.
Mojitos and Sonny. See ya.
Hey Vibers, welcome back into the Vault. It's Nick Cashone and
Julie Abel.
As always. And
what does that mean, Nick?
We're Nick Cashone and Julie Abel, as always.
At least I'm not
in that order.
I'm not a
Don't
sidekick.
forget it.
I'm not a sidekick today. It's good. It's all good.
Do we leave that in?
Give it all that sidekick vibes.
We're not sidekick vibes. All right.
Well, so you know that today is going to be a goofy one. As you can tell already, we kicked it off last, as we do sometimes. Today we have a special guest here. We mentioned at the beginning of the show. His name is Sonny Cummins. He's with us. He's kind of behind the whole Ascend building here that we're in. So he sort of owns this vault, so to speak, I guess.
Sonny is the vault owner.
Vault.
Yeah.
I've been talking to Sonny since February, right? That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I've been watching Sonny make this place into something that's going to be fantastic.
It was just an empty shell of a bank.
It was a bank.
And
for the first couple weeks of me being in here, people were asking if they can open up a bank card.
Yeah, right.
You know,
occasionally we'll still have someone come in here and try to make a deposit. I try to take it, but they figure it out.
Try to make that transition from to
your powers of observation are horrible. Right? There's no sign. There's nothing but I owe Sonny because he's the one who made this whole Ascend Wellness Center become something, and we started off with a bunch of people who wanted to collaborate and help people to become their biggest and best, and he provided the opportunity, the space for the Vault vibes. He provided the opportunity, the space for the wellness center. And
he did. With Vault vibes, I mean, if we can really strip it back, I came in here. Julie said, you need to meet with Sonny. Sonny is a guy that I'm working with. I found my new office here. Sonny's a good guy. He has a lot of ideas. Sonny's also a realtor, and since you know that I'm, in the mortgage business and stuff, she said, meet with Sonny on the realtor side. I want him to show you the building, etc.
Because Sonny's a foreigner, and he needed to get roots in Erie.
I'm originally from McKean County and Bradford area, so honestly, collaborating with you guys has really helped me just in general. With, getting to know the city. And
so we were just kind of sitting. Sonny, I met Sonny. He showed me around. Julie came in, a few minutes after, and we sat over in Julie's office, which is right around the corner from where we are here. And we just started talking, and we were sort of, we were entertaining each other. We were brainstorming ideas. We had a lot of stuff going, and we said, you know what, this should be a podcast. And I mean, Julie and I had talked about podcasts. Julie talked about some podcasts with other people. I had talked about doing podcasts before, but really, Sonny was the one that kind of at least got us to the point where we were comfortable to just do it.
We're just going to do it.
So we do have to, so thank you for.
We've got that energy here. This energy, that's trying to cultivate that energy in this building.
Absolutely.
Get out and do it, and exist in life and be there and have an experience. Right. That's how we're trying to cultivate here.
I think that's what I've caught with you and what you're trying to do here, and I think that's what Julie's caught. There are so many things that often in life it's like I talked about doing something like this, getting into a show or using entertainment and stuff like that before, but I had never really done it.
Using that baritone,
using the voice that we have to put the microphone over.
So we have to keep the microphone way over.
Get your bifocals out to see those.
Yeah.
That far away.
So
we need to get a big monitor.
I went to the eye doctor the other day, and he said, "How are your eyes?" And I'm like, "They're good." He checks them and goes, "Oh, they haven't hardly changed in like 6 years." I'm like, "Yeah, it's amazing." He's like, "No, dude, you just turned 40. He's like, I swear to God, the next day I was like,
right.
What am I?
Oh no!
That sounds like he jinxed me.
He did something to you.
Yeah. The next day I was like,
so readers, do you think that's on the horizon for you? Oh no!
Yeah.
I've lucked out so far. I'm 41. I haven't had to get the readers yet.
What the three of us have in common is real estate, and my then manager, told me about you and possibly having space in here for what I do as far as hypnotherapy. And so then after we started talking, Nick and I have been working together for years upon years. The two of you seem to be a great fit regarding all of that. So what I want you to do, if you have like maybe 5 minutes to explain what your wife is going to be doing here, what you're going to be doing with the coffee hut, that'll be amazing. If you could just explain what you're doing, and then we can go from there.
Yeah, I think Nick really led me off good here. We built this building to facilitate kind of good energy in the community, to facilitate mental health therapy on the east side.
Absolutely.
And we're really trying to build off of that building block of just giving back to the community and having a good energy with the community. I figure that's going to give a feedback loop of positivity. And I in the 6 months that we've been open and operating, it has just exponentially been growing. It's been positive energy.
Yep.
So she's got her counseling conciliary. That's the name of the business here.
Yep.
You've got your hypnotherapy, Ascend Hypnotherapy, out of the building at 1915 East 38th.
Yep.
We're doing this podcast, which has been amazing and fantastic.
Tell us about your coffee business.
At the end of the month.
What's that big shed outside?
What's that big shed out there?
We're going to have a through brew coffee.
Yay!
It's kind of our solution to waiting in line at some of the other establishments and some of the other drive-through coffee places. It's going to be a lot faster. You're going to get in, get your coffee, and get out and get on to work.
And what I love is that you are still making it meld with the whole wellness idea. You're going to make it like organic and
free trade. Organic.
So excited.
We're working with a lot of the local roasters to derive our particular flavor.
You try to get a signature brew.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Next weekend we're hoping to have a public taste testing on the 20th.
Nice. That's exciting.
So you can kind of come and influence the flavor that the coffee's coming out of the shed's gonna.
And that was something that kind of grew out of. You said you went and timed like drive-through times at like other places.
Mostly I
think I can do better than that.
Yeah, my wife kept sending me to get coffee in the morning, and I got sick of waiting 8.5 minutes.
Yeah,
I've got my timer.
I'm going to say this out loud. I'm willing to do one that promotes Ascend Hypno. I'm going to do Ascend Hypno Bold.
Okay.
Ascend Hypno Bold Roast.
Okay.
And I'm happy to do that.
All right.
That'd be amazing.
You heard it.
Yeah.
People might be a little worried that they're going to drink it and like really go to sleep.
No. It's to wake you up. You need that.
All right. Maybe it's for after the hypno. You give them a splash of coffee.
That's right.
Back up.
You can drive safely.
I think that's cool, and I think that's the coolest thing about what you've done here is we talk about like the podcast, we talk about the coffee. Those are ideas, and sort of this has sort of become like a think tank. It's like people have ideas, they have good energy. You want them to be able to succeed and maybe maybe do what you said. The woman that you're partnering with for the coffee, it's like she was working another job. You said she just kind of wanted to get into something,
right?
And here she is. She's going to do this now, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah,
so
she
you
wanted to make
enable people to branch out and do those things.
Your Tai Chi guy led you to your coffee guy, and I led you to the Tai Chi guy. It's just crazy. Sonny.
It's really definitely not a coincidence. That's not a word I would use. That's for sure. It's like
absolutely. What so you said you're from McKean County?
Yeah, Bradford
area. Okay, yeah. And you grew up there mostly?
Yeah, I grew up there mostly. I was in construction and stuff like that, and I decided my wife wanted to follow her dream and start a counseling business up here, and she moved up here. We moved up here together and started a family about 6 years ago.
Up here. We'll have to have her on sometime too. Maybe.
Oh yeah.
Because I know that's a big thing is mental health that Julie and I have talked about.
Oh
yeah. We bring it up as much as we can.
Ashley Gleason is a talented counselor.
Yeah, she is.
Ashley Gleason.
That's what. Yeah, she's
Ashley Gleason. And you recently had a baby?
Yeah, we've got a 3-month-old baby at home. That little guy is a prince. He gets treated like a prince. I'll tell you.
Is that his name?
Yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
No, his name is Gleason. Actually, it was after my wife's maiden name. Yeah, so
nice.
Awesome.
Nice. That's really cool. So, Sonny, I had a question for you. Obviously, you have like this vision and stuff like that. Have you had a vision like this for a while? Is this something that you've always kind of had a vision to be sort of a business think tank or a developer, or is this more of a newer process?
I've always been an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. I started a tanning lotion business when I was 16 and drove around in Ohio, PA,
really?
New York every weekend and sold tanning lotions. I've had several businesses. I've always been I had a daycare for a little while, for about a year and a half.
I did too. That's funny.
I did not.
Yeah.
It's not for the faint of heart. It's not for the faint of heart.
So I've always been an entrepreneur, and I think those skills have just been accumulating and building, and the real soul of the endeavor, and wanting to kind of give back to the community, so to speak. I mean, we rent our spaces out for $25 an hour.
Yeah,
like it's not.
Yeah, you're not trying to
gouge anybody,
right.
And I think not that I was trying to gouge people in the past, but tanning lotion. That's what like I'm not helping anybody with that. And the more throughout my life that I've shifted towards helping people and just good-natured exchanges and spiritual kind of enrichment, that has really kind of culminated to this where I'm at now.
It's interesting too. I want to tell you this because I see that your forward progress is actually taking kind of an upswing.
Yeah.
And honestly, I feel like
recently.
Absolutely. And I think that when we do things that are for others, I think that grows our karma exponentially.
I can't argue with that.
Yeah, I've seen it time and time again. My clients will come in, they're like, I want to better myself. I want to be on my journey. Okay. They improve themselves. When they add in the service and they add in what they're doing for others, it becomes like this snowball effect of really goodness for them.
Really.
Yeah. And that's kind of what you're doing here. I mean, I got to be honest. I've seen your fangs come out when necessary.
Oh, well,
Okay, I mean, I saw
you
that
have to be
today.
Shrewd in business a little bit.
Like I saw a side of Sonny that I was very I was a little bit afraid of, but also very proud of.
Who is this guy?
Like, go team, man, go team. Like he said what he had to say to who he said it to, and I was extremely proud of you. So
I appreciate that. Yeah, I felt a certain amount of loyalty to you in that situation where I felt like you needed maybe someone to back you up.
Yeah, and he didn't even break his gaze. I'm like going, what are you doing? And he's just like this steely look in his eyes, and I'm like, oh man, okay.
I was giving that steely look to a phone, so that's not as... Take that phone.
Take that.
That person felt it through the phone.
Take that, you phone.
Felt it.
Yeah. But you have something cool that you brought in. Do you have that with you?
Yeah. I do, honestly. Yeah, I don't know if you want to...
Absolutely.
This is I've been keeping this with me, and kind of like you said, I do feel like I have had exponential growth recently, and ever since I got this is a Judea Widow's coin. I don't know if the camera can pick it up.
Oh, I see it.
We'll take a photo of it.
Yeah. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
but it's a widow's mite, and you can have a look at it if you want. And it's there's the famous biblical story of a widow who gave Jesus her last 2 coins. There was these types of coins.
Yeah.
And Jesus gets he's moved dramatically by this woman giving her her last 2 coins.
Absolutely.
And that spurs him to kind of chastise the wealthy who haven't. He says, she's given more to me than any of you have.
Because look at it this way. She saw value in what he was teaching. He was teaching a whole bunch of people, and not even like the most rich, the most important, about what we're supposed to do here on this planet.
Right. Almost exclusively not the rich and the important.
Yes.
Right.
Exclusively. She tries to fund a guy who she finally hears value from.
Right.
And I think that's hugely historical, and I think that's amazing. So, and
that's
I never thought
symbol.
about.
I mean,
that's
awesome.
Have you ever thought about like coin? You hear about the tax collectors that he was friends with, and it's like I never saw a coin.
A tax collector, probably.
Right? Yeah.
I never saw a coin from back in the day.
That's kind of the interesting thing is that
they were only
Jesus minted for. Well, that was kind of my. There was only.
I'm gonna have a sip of my mojito. I'm gonna have a sip of my mojito while I listen.
Julie, where did you get that mojito?
I mean.
It's
mojito day.
Oh, it's mojito day.
You said the magic phrase, mojito.
Cheers to the coinage.
Oh, by the way, props to the Fine Wine and Spirits over on East 38th
Major
Pine Avenue.
Providing the spirits.
That's where we did buy that today. It was a great group of folks there. Yes. We were talking to them about mojitos.
Going to visit them.
We were also talking about neighbors who cut down elderberry trees.
Yeah, we were talking to her about that. Like,
those
are bad neighbors.
Who would do that?
What the heck?
Like, those are going extinct, and then you're going to cut that down? Oh, it's horrible. But anyway, I think that's pretty cool, and I think anything historical, I really love.
I looked it up, and they were only minted for like 26 years.
What?
So there's only estimated some 10,000 of them minted, and so I like to think that the likelihood that Jesus maybe or an apostle have touched this.
Yeah,
that's really cool.
It's like more likely than winning the lottery.
Oh my God! I know it's like Moldavite to the crystal believers.
Right.
No, I did look it up. I think it's worth like 1/64th of a cent, like with current value. Not
really?
Current value, but that's what the value was back then.
Yeah. It was like worth like 8 hours of work.
Yeah,
or 8 minutes of work.
Yeah,
8 minutes of work.
I'm
sorry,
you got paid for
like 8 minutes
back then.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
look how
still,
stingy those guys were. Hey, boss. I've been here an extra 8 minutes. I
need
another mic.
And then Jesus comes in and starts flipping tables over there.
Yeah.
Right. Maybe that was one of the coins that were on the tax collector's tables in the church.
Yeah.
Aw, that makes me sad.
No, that is,
That makes me feel bad for her. Like, she was like, that's all she had, and that meant more to him.
I know, but she's blessed throughout all time now.
Oh, man.
That's really, that is neat. And that's one, and that's one of those stories, too, regardless of what your, religious beliefs are, et cetera.
Right.
That, it's like those cornerstones to the religion, it's like the unfortunate and the poor, helping them. And she saw value in his teachings, and I mean, that's what
huge.
It all boils down to.
Okay, and I'm going to be a complete jerk right now, but how do you know? Okay, I know your friend called you at 3 a.m. when you're like supposed to be sleeping, and you have a small child that you're taking care of, and
so you're probably up anyway.
Yeah. It was no inconvenience to me.
That's a great friend to have. I like your friend. That's awesome. How do we know though that came from a legit dealer, somebody who?
This is actually a U.S. Treasury site that he used, and I don't remember the specific story, but it came from a burial site.
No way.
I think there was something like 2,200 of these coins found. This is actually, you'll get a look at it later, but
does nobody care? Is it like the Lost Ark, where everything that is of value is sitting in some warehouse somewhere?
It's like how do they put a value on something like that? That's hard to say.
I guess it would be like saying here's a penny from when George Washington existed. You'd be like, okay, that's cool.
I still would think it's amazing.
Right? Not that George Washington is Jesus, but but the U.S. equivalent to
the Brits wouldn't agree with that.
No.
Jesus Washington walked on the Delaware.
Martin Luther King, whatever, something.
Whoa,
right, yeah.
Whoa. Or Martin Luther going back to there you go.
Yeah, like he was trying to save people from being fed to the lions.
That he actually used to nail up the petition.
Oh my God, that probably was in a lion's stomach of some Christian that ate non-Christian.
Yeah, oh no.
You never know. Oh my God.
It is cool, and it's cool. Like when we had Tom Fox Davies on, he was talking about his school being over 1,000 years old.
Yeah.
Here's something that's maybe 2,000 years
like
old.
That.
But
that's
it
so
just
incredible.
shows you, like the history of our country is so short. We're
some of the things
250 in a couple of years here, which is
nothing.
crazy. It's nothing. There's history in the Middle East that goes back thousands of years.
Right.
Well, and this is a nod to you. You're doing something that is, you're being an entrepreneur. You're providing to the community. You have a deep respect for your history and things that meant something. And so here you are doing all of this. And I mean, honestly, the community's lucky to have you.
Yeah, I feel like I appreciate that. I feel like this formula of has really come together, and
yes,
I don't think it could have come together before in my life.
Yes.
I'm at the point where this was supposed to happen.
Yeah,
awesome.
And I'll never forget. Like Sonny's look on his face when I'm like, all I want is an office for my hypnotherapy and life coaching, and I want to start some wellness thing. Yeah. And I don't even want anything for it.
That was before we even talked about the wellness.
Right. And you're like, wait, you don't want anything for it. Odd. But honestly, that's how things like this start to grow. Like there has to be a love for
everybody
it.
Everybody has to be able to take that first step in faith and good faith in one another.
Yep. Absolutely. I agree. Well, I credit you to starting this, which is cool. I credit you to helping Julie, she's a good friend of mine and everything. So we appreciate you for everything you've done so far. And we appreciate you for coming on.
I'm so proud of Vault Vibes. I'm so proud of building steam.
So, it's awesome.
Well, thanks for coming on.
Podcast in
here. Thank you for having me.
Thanks for having us.
It has a really good vibe in here.
Absolutely. Vibes.
Very cool.
You've been watching Vault Vibes.
Yeah.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.
Welcome back into the Vault, folks.
We're back.
That was cool having Sonny join us because he was, we're not going to credit him for creating it, but he was a part of our think tank. Like
Absolutely.
We said,
and he's the owner of the Vault.
He owns us. He could lock us and throw the key out if he wanted to.
No. Oh, and what else we got here in 153?
What do we have in 153, Julie? What do we have?
Look what's happening.
Ding, ding, ding.
This is Mojito Mix.
Mojitos.
Listen, you know who makes the best mojitos ever is my cousin Jonathan Willett in Columbus, Ohio.
Columbus. Is Columbus known for mojitos?
I don't know if they are, but he is.
But Jonathan is. Like the thumbs up. Like Columbus is. Columbus is known.
That's hilarious. So just tell our viewers exactly why we've got Mojito Mix and also drinks.
For those of you who follow us, we like to do the the little holidays every day that we do.
Cheers.
So if you're tuning in on July 11th, which is the day that this episode came out, which is today, we have it's Mojito Day, National Mojito Day, which is kind of random. I mean, but that's what we found with all these days.
Yes.
I don't know if there's a rhyme or reason.
It's also Blueberry Muffin Day, and I did have one.
And you had a blueberry muffin today.
I did.
Julie wouldn't let me go get
No, there's too much running around. No, I'm a buzzkill.
One of the things about muffins, though, if you're ever looking at muffins, like muffins are like way worse for you than even a donut.
Why? Oh my god! If I was given the opportunity to eat a donut.
Yeah, way more calories, sugar. Muffins are like, it's a misnomer. People think muffin's a good, healthy, unless maybe it's like a fiber muffin or something like that.
I used to make those. Oatmeal muffins and stuff.
Yeah, if you're a little backed up.
A little bit of, I know that simple syrup goes into this because it's not a small thing to make a good mojito. It's a simple syrup. It's mint.
Simple syrup.
Yeah.
Mint. You muddle the mint.
That's correct.
Bring out the mint flavor.
The mortar and pestle out.
Get that. Yeah.
Yep.
Get the old. You start like you're making old style drugs or something.
Yeah, and we went to the liquor store and said, "Where is your chilled mojito stuff?" And she's like, Well, this is what we got right here.
This is what we have. So we didn't make it today.
No.
We probably weren't going to make it anyway because it is at least on camera. Although maybe that would have been fun to watch.
It would have been fun.
I'm gonna try to throw up a recipe on here if you're looking to make. Don't throw up any
recipes. That's gross. Don't throw up
if you're pop up a recipe. Yeah, pop. I'm gonna put a recipe up on the screen here. We're gonna drink out of these baseball glasses.
Mm-hmm.
Big baseball.
Or softball, depending on how you like it.
It's a softball. The first you kind of get the lime.
It almost feels like you're drinking a margarita until the mint comes in.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is a good margarita. And then you're like,
oops.
But I also left my gum in my mouth. That's what it reminds me of.
So you're not a fan, I'm guessing?
It's all right.
It's like you drink a margarita with gum in your mouth is what a mojito is to you?
Yeah. It's like, oh, yeah, that's right. I left it in the back corner by my molars there while I took my sip.
Yep.
We've all done
gum
it.
Flavor.
We've all taken a drink of something with our gum in our mouth. If we
correct.
Have gum, right?
Like not even lying on that.
You know.
So, yeah. No, it's fair.
Yeah. So it's good.
It's not bad. Mm-hmm.
What's the mint julep? That's like without the lime.
And that has to be done during horse races.
I think it can only be done during
Kentucky Derby
races. Yeah. I don't think you can just go into a bar and be like, "I'll take a mint julep, please."
Yeah, unless you want to put an umbrella in your glass. But I
they'll
really
be like, "That's hogwash."
Hogwash.
They'll be like, "You're not allowed."
I don't think I ever want a mint julep. It just sounds too much.
You'd have to wear a hat, darling,
no.
and go down south. And
that's a horrible Southern accent.
It wasn't my best. I was trying to channel the Appalachian area.
Can we call it Appalachian?
It's Appalachian.
No.
If the people that are from that area call it Appalachian. There's a college, Appalachian State, they call it. I thought it was Appalachian my whole life until recently.
Okay.
Did you know that, did I talk to you about this, that their accent, that they talk like this? It's actually similar to the English accent during Shakespeare's time.
No.
Yes. And there are videos online. You can pull it up. And
so let me hear you say it. Let me hear an accent that sounds
like this. Oh, Romeo, Romeo, where art thou, Romeo?
No British men talk like that.
It did.
No British talk like that.
And yes.
I'm getting our friends from Britain back on.
They didn't speak the current. In fact, our current accent in the United States is older than the British accent that they speak now.
Like, I'm not sure. I mean, not that I don't believe you. I just need clarification. This is like not something.
Pull up a video.
Do you know what this reminds me of? I gotta be honest with you. This literally reminds me of when Trump after COVID was breaking out and all of that in May. When actually Trump said there were aliens and nobody paid attention.
Oh yeah, we
this is what this reminds me of. Like,
so it's like
okay, did everybody hear the whole thing about the aliens he just said? And nobody can find that footage. Then on top of it, then suddenly we have the space branch of the military.
Force. Yeah, Space
yes.
Force.
There's no way that you're going to find funding from any party unless there's some truth.
I think people paid such little attention to that.
I know.
That I was watching. I was
mind blown. I'm like, everyone, he just said aliens. I don't know. Did the aliens have COVID? Because I'm not going to care.
Here's the thing. So as someone that, I read some Shakespeare in high school, like we all probably did or whatever.
Yeah.
Macbeth, Hamlet, whatever.
Independent studies is what we called it back
we went, in high school, we went up to
Shirley Westcott, Independent Studies.
We went up to Stratford, Ontario. Terry Healy was my teacher. He just passed, so rest his soul. Terry Healy, he was probably one of my favorite teachers.
Cheers, Terry.
At Mercier's Prep. Great guy. He walked to school every day. It was like 6 miles. He was legit.
Badass.
Yeah, he was a good dude. A lot of people's favorite. And we read a lot of books there that like other kids didn't, just because he didn't like give a crap. And he was just one of those old guys, like he had long hair, like, and he was just such a cool teacher. And he took us up to Stratford. But here's the thing, like I would read Shakespeare, I'd watch Shakespeare. It didn't it just didn't seep in to me. Like I just had a hard time. So I watched a video with this accent, and almost made sense. Like it clicked, and it was weird. So maybe it was, and I don't know. So
I mean, I'm gonna have to look it up. Not that I don't believe you, but I just want more evidence.
We'll watch some videos when we're done here. Stay safe with the fireworks over the weekend.
The fireworks were phenomenal. I gotta give Flagship a shout out because those were phenomenal fireworks. They were reasonably priced. I felt like I was giving back to the community with that.
Yeah.
But the mosquitoes were horrible. I feel like I became a mosquito because like their
so
venom
many bites that
their venom has turned me into how like Spider-Man.
Have you started biting people?
Spider-Man became Spider-Man because of a lethal.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there was such an entourage of mosquitoes that I became like I have some mosquito superpowers going on here. I'm not sure.
A lot of people noticed. I think around. So I know.
I love fireflies.
Oh yeah. And they seem like they're more plentiful.
Guess what the lifespan of a firefly is? Just throwing it out there.
3 days.
No.
What?
2 years.
Really?
Yeah.
So like the one I see this year is the same one I saw last year, maybe?
Perhaps.
Really?
This is why we shouldn't hate on those guys.
I don't hate them. And in fact,
they're so cute.
As far as insects go, and as far as wild animals go, they will let you touch them. They want you to carry them around.
They love that. Not only do they love
land on your hand.
They spend so much
I know.
They are bioluminescent.
Yes.
And it takes a lot of energy to be that guy. That's so good. And then live for 2 years.
They lived before electricity. Imagine that.
Oh my God.
So they lived in this world before electricity existed.
When they
so at night, people went outside. They had to think that was nuts. People that didn't have lights. And they went outside and there were these things that just lit up. And they're like,
wouldn't it be funny if they had cable TV?
Yeah. There was a whole thing. Pete Holmes, the comedian, was talking about electric eels.
Look,
like if
and then the anglerfish down in the trenches.
We just accept. Oh yeah, they have the light on top of their head. What is that?
Well, they say that the blinking of the bioluminescent flies is a message. Like there's some message.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna look more into that too. I've got some homework right now.
I know, but yeah, he was talking about electric eel. He said like if we all learned about electric eels when we were like kids, and we were just like okay, it was like, and then they have they exist.
Is that what you said when you found out about electric eel?
I was like okay, electric eels. We just don't really think there's an animal that has an electric charge that goes and stuns people like a stun gun.
I'm going to leap into this. So we all have a problem with accepting people's energy and being like I can feel people's energy and all that. Oh, sure, you're crazy. But we've got an eel that runs around that
with literal electrical current.
Yes, and we're going to be.
And we're like, oh, you don't have a current.
People don't have currents. But eels can shock.
There are these wild bugs and animals and fish that light up. We don't record on Sunday nights. Don't worry.
We're doing a podcast.
We do a podcast from the vault. Yeah.
Come on in.
This is where all the money is.
Oh,
yeah, right. Yeah.
Right.
We're just the guards of the money.
Or the recipes of all the families that wanted to keep them secret recipes.
Oh, okay.
I think that's
very nice.
No, we started. We do a podcast. We record a couple times a week. And
do you feel claustrophobic?
Not at all.
But we get used to it.
I'm good.
It's not big.
It's not at all.
It's not big. You should turn the camera on.
This is safe.
There's the door.
You could do that. Yeah. So you're going to be on a podcast.
You guys want to be on?
No.
Okay. That's fair.
Are you going to do the thing here, you think?
So
they're going to talk.
Okay. Well, if you are, we'll have you on sometime.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll talk.
That's your iPhone.
Yeah.
What's
it's just a light.
It's a
So
light.
we have a little more light on our face.
Here's the microphone.
Stan. What brand name?
Actually, that's just from Walmart. It was cheap as can be. It was only $20.
Oh, are you thinking like to record your stuff and everything? I see where the wheels are spinning.
Go to Walmart. That thing was only $21, and it goes up, it turns,
This holds all this right here.
Well, you provide your own phone, but
okay, but this bracket right here and everything.
Yep. $21, sir. $21.
Okay.
Best find in town.
It was.
And the light too.
The light, they weren't much, less than $10, I think.
Yeah.
They were also at Walmart. Yeah.
He's got it.
Yep. We just had some people in. They were looking at maybe renting out the space downstairs, which was nice. So
they're asking about our
our setup.
Amateur setup.
So
cool.
See, we've gone from being amateurs ourselves to now being the model.
Well, the Emmy winner we had in here last week was very cool. Or 2
He
days
didn't
ago.
poo-poo our ideas.
No, not only that, he used the same apps that we were
found
using.
He uses the same editing software. Yeah.
So I gotta feel good about that.
Yeah, absolutely,
cool.
absolutely.
Sunny is good in the fact that he had a place to provide a place for people to become their best selves. I needed an office that was professional and safe, and I needed a place that would start to promote a mindset of people coming in and collaborators that are trying to help people, body, mind, spirit. And we found that, and it does my heart good to see that he's not capitalizing, I know that sounds terrible, but making a profit for himself and his family, doing something that is good for the community. And I love that. Then we've got his coffee hut coming out there pretty soon, and that'll be extraordinary. I think it's a good thing. Really
no, it is. It is. I like everything that he's doing here. I think it's great. I think that he has a vision. I don't, and I like that. I like that about people. I think, and he's not, lots of times people have visions, but they don't act on it, and he's actually acting on it, which is very honorable. So,
and his wife is going to have a great practice here. I think that she's a talented counselor. I'm excited to see what this place has to offer for him and everybody else who's using it. So
looking forward to it too. I'm looking forward to seeing what happens here and everything, and I'm happy to be a part of it. So I think that's great. So
that's good news.
So everyone enjoy your blueberry muffins, and your mojitos. Take one more sip here.
That's right. Yeah, one more.
And I just saw a guy who did the Nathan's contest. He drank like a gallon in 6 seconds or something like that. It was
that's
lemonade.
So dangerous.
Yeah, I know. You could drown. Right?
Wait, it's just lemonade.
Lemonade.
Oh,
still.
Yeah. Well, what about that guy who does all of those hot dog eating contests?
That's just.
Who's that guy? Guy?
Joey Chestnut.
Joey Chestnut. That's the truth.
Yeah, I think he won again. That's mine. Yeah, so thanks for joining us again in the vault here. Stay tuned with things coming up, and as always, appreciate you.
We do. Goodbye.